Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. First I want to start off with my handwritten cards. The first card I pulled for us is encourage others to do their own research, to do their own calculations. And I just feel like it's best to, maybe do a little hand holding if someone's asking you a certain question. But in the end, you don't want to give all the answers, because then, for one thing, they're not even going to retain all of it. The only way to retain the information is by their own research, doing their own, making their own phone calls, making their own calculations, finding out who's who in each industry. Okay, and it's just the learning experience to, after the work's done and you say to yourself, wow, that really looks nice, I accomplished a lot, so it gives you, builds your self-esteem too. Okay, the back of it says watch out for energy drainers. So an energy drainer is someone who, in my opinion, they don't want to see you too happy and too bubbly, because that's like really not the norm. The norm these days is everybody's kind of jockeying for position, whether it's in the house, if you have a big family, or if it's on the job, they're always jockeying for position. It's not let's work together. It's not let's try to do the work. It's more like, how far can my mouth get me going so I can get placed in the right positions at the right time. And I'm not going to say that's everybody, but that really is the majority. If you walk into a job and you're happy, then the people around you, half of them are going to be happy that you're happy, but the other half, or maybe even a bigger portion, is going to say, like, what's wrong with her? She's just too happy all the time. There's something wrong with her. And then they start trying to nitpick you. Anyways, that's my experience. The next card I have is being an impersonator. What the heck? So I know everybody's trying to figure out who they are and that sort of thing, and it's always nice to have people who you look up to, and there's nothing wrong with appreciating like that person's knowledge or how they express themselves or something like that. But don't just try to copy them. You focus on yourself and you stay in your own lane, and you can appreciate someone, and you can take bits and pieces of, like, I really appreciate how she wears her hair, and some people will go out and do their hair just like yours, or they might do their makeup just like yours. But always just focus on yourself and appreciate yourself. It's the most important. It's not one of those things where you're big-headed. Now how you talk about yourself, you can sound big-headed, but I say to appreciate yourself, because in the end, you have to be happy with yourself inside and out. And if there are things that you're not happy with about yourself, are you being too hard on yourself? What can I do to make it better? Those are the ways that you focus on yourself and stay in your own lane. I know, I must have had this card before, because the back of it says, action today, set up the dinner table. And I say that for, well, it's just something that I imagine. And because I try to remember all my family's birthdays, and I don't even know all of them. I know my my siblings' birthdays, I know, but I don't know what year. And I know my parents, and I'm still learning my grandparents. But I just think it'd be a nice idea that on their birthday, if you set an extra place for them, a place setting. It's just a way of remembering them. Okay, so before I start getting too sappy about it, let me move on to the next one. Okay, the next card I have is trust issues. I'm a very trusting person, and well, I think when I wrote this, I was looking at it from the other side of someone who doesn't trust, such as I'm very trusting, although I won't let just random people come to my home, but in conversation I'm very trusting, and I'm very social that way. But if I was to get into a relationship with someone, I don't want them to take what happened to them in the past and use it against me, because I didn't do that to them. See what I mean? So when you meet somebody new and you kind of see that little red flag going up, you have to let them know, that's not me. So please don't treat me that way, or something like that. So my second husband, I can tell you, he always thought I'd go back to my first husband, and I told him, I said, when I walk, I don't go back. And it's like I had to prove it to him, and who wants to prove that, It's like, that's your insecurity. I can't really help you with that, but I will say or do things to prove to you that that's how I feel. And I guess in the end he figured it out, because when I told him I was done. So so that happened twice in my lifetime. One was 18, 19 years, and the other one was 16, 17 years, So I can be very trusting, and maybe too trusting. I want to give my all, but now I know I can't give my all. I know it has to be even give and take. And I know that we have to have guidelines. I know we have to have boundaries. I know we have to have a goal, a 5-year goal, 10-year goal, and I know there's things that me and my partner will have to work on. And my goals might be different than his goals, and his goals might be different than mine. And some of us might have the same goals in mind together. So everybody's going to be different. But we can't take what happened to us in the past and bring it into the new relationship. So that's why I wrote that card. On the back side, demonstrate strength in love, hope, and prayers. Determination. Have the determination on what you want your life to look like, and know that God has your back. So, the power of prayers. The power of waking up in the morning. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for giving me strength, because I really didn't feel like doing this reading today, but I know that this is part of my mission. And thank you for sending the angels to surround me with your love, Lord, to get me motivated, to spread the word, to help people heal. Okay, so always try, especially when you're in a relationship, demonstrate strength, love, hope, and pray together. And have determination and going in these strengths, strength and love, hope, and prayers. And know that when you are with that, with your partner, with your family, God has your back. Okay, so the next card I have is don't feel sad, go outside and explore, soak up the sun. So I know I've had this before in other readings. When you're feeling depressed, it's not really good to stay in. It's better to go out. It's better to get the fresh air, appreciate a rainy day, a sunny day, a windy day. Appreciate the sounds of the birds. Appreciate that wherever you went, you got there safe. Whenever you return home, you got home safe. And know that God has provided for you everything that you need. And then it just cheers you up, Alright, so now the back of this I have copycat. And I had the other card regarding what was that? Impersonating. So, being a copycat, people can recognize that you're not authentic. I mean, it's just not authentic. So just be your regular self, because then you're going to look foolish, because everyone's going to say, he or she, did you see how they were acting? That's not even how they normally are. What's going on with them? And especially when that goes from, it flip-flops, If it flip-flops saying, whatever, I'm a reborn Christian, and then they start cussing out this other person over here or gossiping. Well, those things don't really go together. So, yeah, then you look really foolish, but okay. The next card, the bad you've committed in your past. Have you learned? Have you bettered yourself? Is your spirit now cleansed? So it just goes to show that if you watch any of my previous videos, I told one person that I hated. One time. One person in my whole lifetime. And that was my mother. I was about between 8 and 10. I think I was like under 10 though. And after school I decided to go to my girlfriend's house, Elena Lagrimas, and I was playing with her until dusk, and then her parents said should not be going home, that they're getting ready to have dinner. When I got home, my mom was angry with me, and she's like, I sent everybody out looking for you. I was getting ready to call the police. Where were you? And why didn't you call? And I told her I was at Elena's house. I was playing. And I didn't have a reason why I didn't call. And I told her I hated her because I'd seen it on TV before. And she slapped me. She said, don't you ever say that again. I never told anybody that ever. Because I realized how much it hurt her. Then later my grandma said, you don't ever tell anybody that you hate them. It's not good. She's like, you could say, I don't like how you acted, or I don't like what you did, but don't ever tell that person you hate them. Because it really hurts their spirit. So, have I learned a lesson? Yes. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to better myself. I'm always trying to share my life, my good stuff and my bad stuff in my life to help people understand that if they're going through the same thing, they're not the only ones. And there's ways to fix that. There's things you can do to work on it. Okay, your past is your past. It's there to help you to choose better. So you can't hold yourself hostage for things that went awry. Maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you're doing drugs. Maybe you had a sex addiction. Maybe you didn't know how to manage your money too good. and you have to do things to get extra money. You know, maybe things in your life just weren't going right, and you had to do whatever just to make your life better. The important thing is, have you learned from your past? Now you know the things you shouldn't be doing. Now you know the things you shouldn't be saying. Now you know that acting a certain way is not right. Now you know that you could do better and you should want better for yourself. And the last cards I have, the card is accolades you deserve. The righteous will celebrate. The jealous will silently cry or try again to destroy you. So it's not really putting yourself on a pedestal. It's having a self-respect. Self-respect, and it's having self-love that tells you you are not that person's doormat. You are not this group's fun time. You know, they can't just make fun of you just because something is different than what they are. So they project all these things onto other people, especially if it's more than one person. It's a bully mentality. Okay, if you can't go up to that person and say what you got to say to their face, yet you get a group of people around and you say it behind their back, then you're a bully. You're a bully, and you need to be put in your place. And your place is, if you can't say something nice, then shut the heck up. Keep your mouth shut. And the back of this card says, I heard what you said. You lift yourself by cutting someone down. That's a spineless act. And I heard what you said. Some people actually have that clairvoyancy, that it just pops in your head and it just doesn't go away, you know. So, and even bad things, I've seen where I've seen people doing activities like they have these containers and there's things stored in them, and I had this vision of certain people going in there and they're supposed to be looking for product, but they're doing other things. And well, I don't know, I'm not here to judge. It's just like, you know, don't use yourself in a physical manner to make you move up the ladder. And when I say that, I mean when it's multitude of people. And if you have a sex addiction, if you have a alcohol addiction, and these kind of things make you go and do those kind of things, you really have some real issues, and you need to really try to get some serious help. Okay, so I pray for those people who have these addictions that make them do crazy things, because these days you don't even know how many people that person's been with. You don't know how many those people that have been with that one person's been with, and so you're really putting yourself at a lot of risk. Okay, so let me move on to the messages and the mermaids. And we pulled acceptance. The acceptance is, I accept things that I cannot change, and the things I can change, I hope I can do that and figure out how can I make the better change. There's a saying about that, but let me read this. Acceptance is the doorway to freedom. Accepting what? is going on releases any feelings of resistance and will help you feel liberated. This mermaid is at peace because she's in total acceptance of her situation. She asks you to release any resistance or desire of wishing things to be different and to totally trust and accept things exactly as they are. Our ego can become very demonstrative when things don't work out the way we plan, yet once we release any desire for possible outcomes and surrender fully to the divine plan, things have a habit of working out even better than we might have imagined. When we're in a state of acceptance, it means positive solutions can more easily flow towards us. We literally drop any barriers to solutions and energetically welcome in new and creative answers to our dilemmas. Accepting your lot isn't a negative outlook. Through acceptance comes peace, and through peace comes breakthrough. Many enlightened masters lived in a state of acceptance which enabled their spirits to soar to infinite heights so they could merge energetically with the divine to become at one. If this, hold on. Meditation can help you to achieve a state of peaceful acceptance. Perhaps there's something or someone you need to forgive. Remember, forgiveness is another form of acceptance. So there's this one part I wasn't going to read, but since my handwritten card said trust, I'm going to read this part. If this card appears next to the trust card, the meanings of both are amplified. Trust swims hand in hand with acceptance, each bolstering the other. Perhaps someone close to you is in denial or refusing to accept the reality of a situation. If so, perhaps you can gently guide them towards acceptance as a form of relief and peace of mind. Okay, so that one's that. Take a little sip here. Alright, the next is animal messages. And we got the beaver. Investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. Glossy beaver counts as conservation in all senses of the word, from protecting the earth's resources for future generations to freeing yourself from large projects that sap your vigor and leave you vulnerable. Beaver mates monogamously for life and keeps her offspring safe until the call of the wild bids them leave. Although our lives may be very different, the archetypal family unit still haunts our dreams. Beaver's lessons is that you turn longing into reality and transform love into a way of life. Okay, now the Akashic Tarot. And we pulled the Master Artisan, 8 of Keys, so we have number 8. Inside a bright and bustling artisan workshop, apprentices are busy at their workbenches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labors. The master artisan pours a number of beautiful shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. This card indicates you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Do not be shy and hold back what you have to share. It's not a time to hide your light under a basket. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly, even if your gifts lie in the ability of loving, compassionate care. You will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action, put yourself out there, and let yourself shine. There's much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with all the gifts you have to share with the world. Sense those energies pour through your heart and mind and out to the people around you. Feel the ease of this sharing. You cannot be drained, for all that you give flows back to you unceasingly. To create return, do this sharing frequently. Okay, so out of your soul purpose, we have the social worker. Let's see. Or fairness, equity, peace, and genuine respect for all people of utmost concern to you. This life path includes not only social workers who help people who are experiencing extreme life challenges, but also legal guardians, politicians, and paid public servants who are involved in government, business. In most ways, these careers apply the social sciences of public health and community welfare development to meet society's needs. When the social worker and clear quartz cluster card comes out for the deck, pause to contemplate if there is some aspect of the work you are doing that helps people cope with their problems and challenges. The clear quartz cluster represents happy community connections and learning how to share common ground with all people involved. The cluster being a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life on this planet. This crystal cluster is assigned to look at how you and a single point in the common matrix contribute to the greater societal good. Clusters of crystals help balance emotion and improve confidence within relationships. They are a reminder that many people make up the whole, so it is imperative to look at the big picture of social well-being. Okay, now we have the Archangel Power tarot cards, and we pulled the Six of Raphael. Oh, what a lovely memory. Experiences from your distant past or childhood come flooding back in order to help you with the present. Old friends and or romantic partners may resurface. New people you meet become instant, close friends due to past life connections. Previous relationships or friendships may be rekindled. Deep-rooted issues that hold you back push to be resolved. Be careful not to romanticize the past, but rather to see it clearly and objectively. Additional meanings. Issues involving children, nostalgia, embracing your inner child, the innocence. Okay, so the Archangel Power Tarot cards, we got a green card. And then now we have the Native Spirit, which is also a green card. Ancient Forest. The card meaning, your roots go deep. Incredible radiant healing strength is available to you and grows within you. Do not doubt your abilities. You are so much more than you can possibly imagine. There's immense, unseen, but very real support around you. You are loved and cherished. You are grounded, stable, and strong as your spirit reaches into the heavens. Your native spirit wants you to know, throughout the world, those in indigenous cultures revere what are called the tree people. The power, life force of trees can bring healing, strengthening, and grounding energies. This kind of tree might vary from culture to culture, but the reverence and gratitude for its beneficial energies are the same. The ancient forest is alive with nature spirits. Additionally, each tree has an individual spirit, especially powerful and resilient. The forest can survive the harshest conditions because of the mutual support of the spirit of the entire forest. Your greatest strength is silence and deep. It doesn't need a show of force, it just is. Inner power is found through contemplation, reflection, and meditation. Sometimes it comes from times of growth and change. Other times it springs from surviving and conquering painful situations. The journey. Adopt a tree. It can be one in your yard or one in a nearby park or wilderness area. Talk to the tree. Touch its bark. Give thanks. By doing so, you create an energy connection that will continue to nurture you no matter how far away you are from your adopted tree. I'm sorry. I was just at the park. There's one tree that well, they didn't plant it very good because it was like some group volunteered, and we went through this course, whatever, how to plant a tree, right? Anyways, they're in the black buckets, and the ladies, they didn't want to dig the hole, so they thought they'd make it easier by taking all the plastic, but taking the tree out of the plastic buckets and just laying them on the ground. And it wasn't even my section. I was helping plant the other trees, but I saw those trees laying in the sun, and I went to the lady. I was like, "You guys can't do that." I was like, "You're like putting that in the microwave. Those roots are not supposed to be in the sunlight, in the heat like that. Like, you're going to kill those trees." And so they went to look for the buckets again that they had just taken off, and they were trying to just put them all back on now. And one of the workers that was working in my section, he was like this tree or plant person, I guess renowned in this area. And I said, "Did you see them doing that?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Why didn't you tell them, you know?" So anyways, there's like 3 trees that like are almost dead, and one of them I kept touching and talking to, and it actually revived. But the one in front of it is in bad shape, and it's just a shame that people they just still want to do things their own way, you know. Instead of plant a tree, it was kill a tree, and it was just, to me, just a waste of energy. And those ladies just, they didn't want to do the work. If they didn't want to do the work, they shouldn't have shown up. But anyways, I don't know why I got upset over that, but I'm sorry. Just a big tree lover, I guess. Okay, so out of the Psychic Tarot, we got our 3rd green card, which is the number 4, the heart chakra. The color is green, the sound is yam, the element is air, the gland is thymus. Keywords: I love. Parallel to the heart, this chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. To balance this area may take time, but you should allow the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with spirit. Okay, now on a divine feathers. That's what the feather looks like. And this is the dove. The dove is a beautiful symbol of peace, motherhood, and the qualities associated with feminine. Dove has a long association with the goddess and other traditional mother symbols. In many cultures, a dove appears with an olive branch, bringing a message of peace. Doves are monogamous and are often heard cooing with their partners at dusk and dawn, the times of day often thought of as portals to the spiritual world. The dove's cry is associated with the sound of morning, reminding us to let go of what has passed while we open our hearts to the now. Dove delivers the message of peace, love, and blessings. Now is the perfect time to open up to a deeper sense of tranquility and balance. Have you felt in harmony with the world and with your life? Are you holding on to anything that is keeping you from feeling at peace? Dove floats down to share the message that serenity lies within. Stop and take a breath, connect to the energy, and be open to receive. Once you come back to the place of inner peace, you will feel a greater connection between your inner world and all that surrounds you. This is a blessing indeed. The energies, peace, happiness, serenity, season, all year round. Elements, earth, water, air. Color, white, ivory, gray. Affirmation, peace is within and all around me. I accept and share this with others. Peace is within and all around me. I accept and share this with others. Oh boy. Let's see. So now I pulled the tarot cards. So I have the Knight of Wands. I always think that he looks scary, but like he looks afraid, but you see he's got his third eye open. The Four of Wands, generally having to do with marriage. Maybe he wants to marry somebody, or maybe he is already married. The Justice card. That's balancing things out. If things were one way before, then it's time for justice to set in and balance things out. Could be like paying karma. It could be, and karma could be good or bad. So what I'm learning about that is, say if someone's attacking somebody, like spiritually, the person that's being attacked generally is someone of God, right? Because the Spirit of God is not just doesn't come out of nowhere and attack people, right? It's the attack always comes from an evil entity. So now I could, if it was me, I could pray every night that for justice. I could pray every night. I have prayed that the pain would stop. And I have prayed that justice would come, but I don't do it every day. And when people are projecting a negative onto you, there's going to be a point in time where the wheel turns. And yesterday's reading had a wheel where the wheel turns. And it's not like I'm going to be attacking that person that was attacking me. It's going to be the universe, God, Heavenly Father, Spirit, Source. He's going to say, I've had enough. Maybe that person had received signs to stop doing that. Don't do that. What you're doing is not good. And this person ignored it. So what I've actually heard was that somebody was wishing me dead. And I would never wish anybody dead. I wouldn't wish the worst nightmare on the person that I dislike the most. But you see, when you wish death upon somebody, you know, it'll happen in your own family. It might happen to you. It might happen to your child. It might happen to your mom or your dad. And when you wish dead on somebody, honestly, that's your heart. That's your own soul crying out to you, saying, I feel dead. There's different ways you could look at that. But justice will come around. And for me, I just keep trying to live my life in peace. And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I would never wish anybody bad. I would never wish anybody to lose their job. I would never wish for anybody to lose the person that really loves them and they really love. I wouldn't wish that they would lose a child. I would never wish that they got in a car accident. When people act like that, that's their own inside of them, saying, I hate who I am. I hate where I've gone. I hate what I've done. So I'm going to keep spewing out hate, especially when I see someone who's really a good person. That's how you can tell if someone's really been hurt. And today I would like to pray for those who have wished me dead, who have wished me to get in a car accident, who have wished me to lose my job, to lose my finances, to lose people in my life. And I just pray that they find it in their heart to search their soul and try to get the healing that they need so they can become better people. And I'm not saying I'm better than these people. I'm saying I'm doing the best that I can for me. And I can only be in charge of me. Okay, so after the justice came the judgment. And those are hand in hand. So it's like God's in the house. God is showing himself everywhere. Okay, so now we have the two of cups. So that's generally two people. I give you a cup, you give me a cup. Then we have the lovers. Then we have the temperance. Temperance is here to heal this love situation. See, we got justice. We got judgment. got 2 of Cups. We have the Lovers. Now we have Temperance. So now some of you might be in the twin flame journey, and this might very well resonate with you. So, okay, so we have the King of Swords. King of Swords, sometimes he doesn't really speak. He holds his feelings in, like the masculinity in him. You know how guys don't really talk about their feelings, but he knows his truth. He knows who this lover, who this person is that God is asking him to come to surrender his sword to the Temperance, to the Justice card, to the Lovers card, that this is a destined union that has to take place. The 10 of Swords, this is how long he's fought it. He found every reason to say this wasn't his person. And as he was stabbing her in the back, the people around him were stabbing him in the back 10 times. So he finally realized those people that were pretending to be his everything, his 2 of Cups, they didn't want him, and they were saying it any way they could to keep him away from his 2 of Cups. Because those people could see how he felt, but they would never acknowledge it. And it was a jealous factor that said, why does he get to have that? Why does she get to have that? I'd rather have it. I'd rather have it. It's for me. So I will stab him in the back while he stabs her in the back, and it'll just be a done deal. And I will go against God because, well, I'm not of God, because I chose not to be of God. So here's a partnership. Is it coming together? We don't know. Maybe this is in the future. Maybe it's already happened. Everybody's going to be different. The 3 of Wands is a celebration. But is it a third party? Or did he sign a contract to be in third parties? And the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords has to do with a skill and cunningness. So is it all these people around him that thought that they could have their way with him? Or was it him saying, I've seen all those knives that people put in my back. Now I'm going to watch them carefully so I can get my receipts. It's going to be different for everybody, but basically there's love in the air. And we're already into March. How long has this love been hanging around? Well, for me, it certainly didn't come in February, around the 14th. So, anyways, that's the end of your reading. I hope that this was very informative. I hope it helped someone out there. Please like, share, and subscribe for the algorithm of the channel. It'll really help me out. Plus, if you subscribe, then you'll get a notification anytime I post. And I'll be doing more things in the future. Right now, I got to get this down, and I got some other add-ons to do. So, thank you all. God bless. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you the next time. Aloha.